Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's the franchise here. What happened to GOW, the Generation of Wrestling? Hey, do me a favor. If you like the wrestling content, want to check out all the latest interviews, news, and rumors, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification, hit that bell button so y'all know whenever we go live. Until next time, I see you when we see you. Peace. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GOW, the Generation Wrestling Podcast. As always, you are truly the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's Wrestling and Tribal Chief. And with me, as always, they got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, Kid Breezy, aka EC's Resident Isaac Hayes, King Tuco in the building, bro. What's good?
Dana Brooke trying to look legit. There's somebody calling Dana Brooke. Hey man, you a star. Oh man, she's eliminating people left and right.
Well, bro, I'm telling you, Dana Brooke gonna be the new NXT Women's Champion. Stop playing.
I mean, look, Dolph Ziggler was. Why not?
I'm just saying. Hey, look, like I said, bro, the greatest rapper of all time, bro, James Ellsworth, any man with two hands.
Oh my God! See, now I'm gonna throw something at your ass. The first time I see you, I'm gonna throw something at your
ass. He's about to say, "Shut the fuck up." We gonna throw in the building.
I was so about to say something. I'm gonna chase you. She's not good. Yeah, she's not.
Bro, Dana Brooke is gonna win. You think she went all the way to NXT to lose? To lose?
Yes.
No.
So did Baron Corbin.
This ain't the main
so
roster.
So did Commander Aziz. So did
okay, to be fair, Commander Aziz never was nothing on the main roster to begin with. At least Dana Brooke.
And neither was Dana Brooke.
But they tried though. At one point in time, they tried to give her a push. It was just on her that she failed. Like Commander Aziz, outside of Raw Underground, they never did nothing serious with that, man.
What did they try with Dana Brooke other than the 24/7 championship?
She was the statistician for Titus Worldwide. Hey, bro, you know how hard it is to count? To be in charge of the financials of a brand? Ask Pat McAfee. It ain't easy.
Okay. I'm gonna let you have that one.
Hey, bro.
You did hard for that one.
Hey, look, bro.
She won. She won. Dana Brooke lost. The old girl from Chase, you won.
Oh, Thea Hill?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not mad at it.
She won. Oh, wow.
All right, now that's somebody who's been really getting a push at Thea Hill. All right, now speaking of push, let's talk about somebody I want to push out of NXT with all due respect.
Push out of NXT.
Hey, just as a fan, man, just as a fan of the product. All right, the hell with the match card. You know, we'll talk about whatever. But so Diamond Mine versus Schism. The match was good. About 5 of the 6 people in this match looked like they belong. And it might as well have been a handicap match because Ava Rain, she offered absolutely nothing to this match but height. And that was it. You know, it's like being 10 feet tall and you're on the basketball court and you still can't make it to the rim. Look here. Okay, I understand. She is the daughter of the great one. I get that. Hey, look, my ass ain't in the ring. But let me tell you, man, you've been in NXT long enough. You've been there a while. It's like flunking the 3rd grade 10 times and still not passing. It's like, come on, how much more can we teach you? Bro, you know, the Creed Bros, they went in there, they did their thing. I feel bad for the formerly known as GYV that they got to be subjugated to this shit. Brother, I'm going to be honest with you. She didn't get the wrestling skills from The Rock, man. That ain't little Rocky Maivia right there. You know, that ain't nobody in the blood. That ain't nobody in the blood. That ain't the pebble, man. That ain't the pebble. That ain't the pebble. That ain't the cement. That ain't the glass. That ain't nothing. uh, brother. Now I'm pretty sure, whenever WWE does their next cuts, I can guarantee she won't be part of that. And you never want to see anybody lose their job. Not at all. Not at all. But I will say, man, dude, like all jokes aside, she did not look like she belonged in the ring in this match. Man, what are your thoughts on that? And then I know before we got on air, I know you said when you were looking at the women in this battle royal, you was like, and not just the women, but it just happened to be the match we were watching. You're like, bruh, I know nobody in this match. Is there anybody outside of Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes, and maybe two or three other people that really stands out to you in NXT?
Um, well, Tiffany Stratton definitely stands out.
Love me some Tip Tip. Yeah,
Valkyrie,
yeah.
Valkyrie, her match that she had with Tiffany definitely stands out. I mean, Dragon definitely stands
Yeah.
out. Um, Braun Breaker out here making threats, beating up people, making threats.
Hey, my boy Brian that turned into to Brian, bro, with that beard, my boy.
Hey, but hey, he didn't change his game up, man.
Yeah,
Changed his game up big time. I mean, there's a little handful of guys. Like I'm interested in Joe Gacy. I'm interested in, of course, Carmelo. Like you said with him.
yeah,
I want to see my boy Duke Hudson. I like Duke Hudson.
yeah,
I
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
good. I want to see him do more outside this Chase U. I look like Drew Gulak maybe trying to take over and be the new teacher. So I can see something like that happening from that. Uh, I, there's a little small handful, but it's the same small handful that it was when Brian Breaker and all of them were coming up. It was only
Yeah,
so many of them that I was really looking at and like, all right, let's see what this
right.
guy got. And Grayson Wallers and all of them and Zoe Stark and all of them. So seeing them come up, kind of seeing where they're at now. So it's only a handful of them. I'm pretty sure as the time goes on, we'll pick up a little more. We'll pick up quite a few more. Wesley, definitely got to pick up
Yeah,
Wesley. Tyler Bate has always been a favorite. He's been there forever, but he's kind of now just getting his due in NXT truly. Uh,
right.
or at least on the NXT side, he dominated on NXT UK side. Um, yeah, it's not, and of course Creed Bros. I'm definitely big on them.
Right,
I'm really
right.
trying to think of a couple other people, but Nile,
Ivy
my girl that
now.
rose into Ivy
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Definitely, I like her. I want to see more of her. So
yeah, yeah,
I've got a nice little, I got a little group that I've been kind of sticking with, kind of watching for the past year. Uh, some I've been watching for the past year. Some I've been kind of keep picking up on a lot lately. But yeah, it's just enough because it's NXT. It's not going to be everybody because not everybody's going to make it. So we'll see.
yeah, man. Look, I mean that was nice of you. But let's talk
I
about
mean, but
some of
that's
this
true. I
stuff
mean,
that.
but when you really, but I mean, when you really think about it, though, I mean, there are a handful that are really like it's like, all right, I can see where they can go. Yeah, the whole
Yeah.
schism thing may still be kind of like, I don't, I don't see that being no more than what Insanity was. Like Insanity
Mm,
was like a really popular group in NXT, but it didn't
yeah.
really. Now Vince is the reason it didn't really make
I
it
was about to
over
say sanity, bro. That I think they could have
on
did some
on, on the
major
main
work.
roster,
Yeah,
and he didn't want Eric Young being pushed as the leader and
yeah.
and whatnot. All right, cool. And then of course, Killing Dane, man, oh my God, man, dude, man, what a way to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Especially that showing that he had
but
at the Rumble a few years back, where like he was gonna be like a breakout star. Yeah.
right, like, come on, man, like, yeah, I liked that. So they may have a better shot if they make it to the main roster, but then you're taking
Yeah.
Pebble with you, and I know you don't want. I know how you feel about Pebble, uh, or Rubble. Let's call her Rubble right now because she's very rubbish. But yeah, no, there's a nice little handful, but I don't know about a team like that. Maybe Triple H let it run, maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. But
Yeah.
it may just be popular as an NXT thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And like I say, man, I'm not trying to be too harsh. It was just one of those things where, uh, I guess it's unfair to really judge her based off of her father's work. But I mean, to be fair, I want to let the people know that my criticism has been the same across the board because for the first 2 years, I called Dominic Mysterio Andre Mysterio, and I said he actually needed to take his ass to NXT. So I don't want nobody thinking I'm picking on nobody. No, just an astute assessment, man. Do I hope she gets better? Sure. Do I think she will? I mean, knowing who her father is and her family lineage, of course, man. It is what it is. Everybody learns at different paces. But just for this match, I'm like, man, damn, dude, like, sheesh. Was rough, but we got that. One thing I'm going to talk about, man, is Baron Corbin. Okay, so Baron Corbin, he went back to NXT. He ended up taking a loss, but dude, the one thing that he said that I feel like was true to a degree, and I'm really curious to see who steps up. He said the roster is soft. He said the roster don't know what they think they know. And then of course you had a guy like Ilya Dragunov. He came out to make his challenge. Yeah, Trick Williams, of course, defending this boy Carmelo Hayes from when he got his ass attacked last week, blindsided by Corbin. Bro, I do you think there's a benefit on both sides? One for the NXT guys, and two for Baron Corbin going down to NXT.
I mean, yeah, it's no different than when we got Dolph Ziggler, AJ Styles, and all these other
Yep.
people. Like you got the guys that's been on the main roster. They've had the Fro, what's up? I want the lone wolf Baron Corbin back. I would have loved if he came out with that music instead of that damn
Yeah.
casino music that he comes
Yeah.
out with.
Yeah.
I at least I was hoping for that change. But when you have okay, a guy like Baron Corbin,
Mm-hmm.
we've been trashing the character
Yes.
because
Yeah.
he's been getting dumped on ever since the
Mm-hmm.
Money in the Bank thing, the whole issue backstage or whatever. They took him out the lone wolf and they made him to the broke guy, and then he was happy. Like they just been putting Baron through some stuff. But
Right.
when Baron's been having legit matches,
Yeah.
he's improved.
Yes.
I'm not saying he's great. I'm saying he's improved. And some of his move sets, he's definitely gotten better. His timing,
Yeah.
everything. So he's one of those guys, that can. I mean, his feud with Roman Reigns is probably the best thing he's ever had, to be honest.
Yeah.
Outside of the Lone Wolf, that feud he had with Roman Reigns, they went back and forth. I mean, outside of the dog food stuff, but they went back and forth. So for a guy like that, okay, who's you could put him in the Miz category, somebody that's it's great to see the elite heel back on NXT in the form of was that Blair Davenport,
Yeah. Yeah.
aka Being Prince. Oh yeah, that is too. Uh, but to have a guy like that who's gotten better as far as a worker in the business, coming down
Yeah.
to NXT and just sharpening your future stars for the main roster. That's genius. That's the thing that they should have been doing. To be honest, to not like I said, you don't necessarily need your biggest stars, but it would have been nice to see if you'd have got a few of these guys to come down when Finn Balor was in there, when Shinsuke Nakamura was in
Yeah.
there, But
Yeah.
instead, but those indie guys were well established. They were just adjusting to WWE style. Now NXT is truly more developmental
Developmental.
because
Yeah.
they're really taking talent that is green as goose shit and they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to make it into gold. So
Yeah.
there's a bit of a difference, but that type of work could have worked well for
Yeah.
NXT, especially when NXT was popping off the way it was for 5-6 years. Like,
Right. Right.
bruh,
Right.
that was the reason why people was caring about WWE. That's the reason why now, when you look at who's the main eventers, who's the guys that's on top, it's all those guys that was dominating that time during NXT. The
Right.
Kevin Owens, the Sami Zayns, the Roman Reigns, the Seth Rollins, the Finn Balor's, the Becky Lynch, the Charlotte Flair, all of them, man. Those are the ones that Vince wasn't giving no shits about, but
Right.
Triple H was doing what he do. And if Vince had just did a little bit of that,
Yep.
then man, what they can all be now.
Right.
So
Right.
when you look at it now, and like I said, these are more newer wrestlers coming in. Some still independent, but a lot of them are really fresh into wrestling. It makes perfect sense, especially for a guy like Carmelo Hayes. He's got to be able to beat a guy like Baron Corbin.
Right.
You think a guy like Baron Corbin ain't gonna challenge you? He ain't gonna jump you from the back like he did. He's not gonna want to force his way to a title shot. You got to defend it. You got to be able to beat a guy like that. Or and if you can't beat a guy like that, then you're not ready for the main roster. So I think it's a good idea. I like it. Um, and of course, it gives them something better to do than the BS that he was doing on the main roster. So it's like, all right, it's kind of a win-win. So I don't look at it as a bad thing. I mean, yeah, you can critique the guy that's the person that's going from the main roster to the back to the minor leagues, but let's be honest, man. Outside of AJ Styles, outside of Styles, was anybody are any of these other people really doing anything important? Were they really doing anything that you know monumental that it was like, nah, man, you got to be up here? No, man. Like, look,
Right,
we don't have anything for you. If you want to wrestle, you want to kind of get a nice little restart of yourself.
right,
Go down to NXT, wrestle with those guys, and kind of, you know, be away from the character and be more of the person that you are and showing
right,
that revamp of yourself. When you look at it like an Apollo Cruz, how he went down there, and now you look at Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin ain't playing games.
right.
He being serious. He ain't taking jokes. He's serious. So it's like you see the difference. Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke was a goofball on the main roster. Now look at Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke trying
Right.
to show she legit. That's why I
Yes,
say,
sir.
damn, somebody told it Dana Brooke she was a legit person. I was joking,
Yeah,
but that's the type of thing that they're offering for those type of wrestlers where it's like they're not unappreciated, but it's like this will kind of rejuvenate you but
yeah.
also help the younger talent moving forward. So it's a, I mean, unless you just want to nitpick, you could see it as a bad thing for the main roster people going down, but uh, I see it as a good thing for the young people coming up.
I mean, yeah, me too. And especially like you said with a guy like Baron Corbin, because even though he hasn't really done nothing as of late, right? You still can't discount the fact that when he was in NXT, he was one of the best people to come out of NXT. When he first came up to the main roster,
Yeah,
even though he had his
he
quarrels
had a
with,
nice little run when he won the Money in the Bank. Like he was coming up as that lone wolf. Like that lone
yeah,
wolf. Man, I love that intro, man. I love this entrance, man. I love it.
yeah, and that was the thing. Like when he first came up, like he was good. So it's like we've seen the promised land for Baron Corbin. We know where he could go and what he could be. So that's why it's like, okay, you know what? I'd rather instead of you being made into a joke on the main roster. Hey, look, if you go down to NXT, because I'm interested to see. A Baron Corbin versus Carmelo Hayes. See what a Baron Corbin versus Dragon are. See a Baron Corbin with a Brian Breaker will look like to see Baron Corbin with, a lot of people. So, my thing is, I feel like Baron Corbin's a step above a lot of those guys in NXT, but I feel like a lot of those guys are this close to showing what they made out of. Because we seen Baron Corbin have great matches with people of a lot better and higher caliber of NXT. So you take some of those top guys down there and you run up against Baron Corbin to see what they got.
Mm-hmm.
But no, so we got that real quick. And let me see, man. Let me see what else. It was something else I want to talk to you about really quick, really quick, really quick, really quick. Oh, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if you've seen this segment, man, with Robert Stone and Von Wagner, the ripoff of Kane and Daniel Bryan in the whole therapy session. All right. So here's a
Yeah, man.
here's a thing that a lot of people and a lot of NXT fans have been complaining about online, and that's Shawn Michaels recycling old WWE storylines, most of them which are his old storylines. Dude. I understand NXT is still developmental, and I understand that they're experiencing and experiment with stuff. But goddamn, man, how hard is it to be original? Oh, Fro
That's
says
kind of
that
the
ability to
problem.
be future endeavor. Damn, Fro.
That's kind of the problem Vince put them in when he did what he did.
Yeah,
When he you how hard is it? We're seeing how hard it is. Let's be honest. We're seeing how hard it is to come up with original characters, or
yeah,
at least original enough. Okay, to where they stand out on their own. Carmelo Hayes, Braun Breaker, Ilya Dragunov, Stratton, Roxy Perez. Oh, some of these, they stand out.
right, right, right.
The problem is it's you have to look at NXT like a college course. Okay,
Okay.
it's kind of they're taking they're taking promo class 101.
Yes,
And
yes, yes.
What's the study for this week? Well, for Wagner and for Stone, you guys are going to study the Kane and Daniel Bryanson tag team dynamic.
You know what? I
And
never looked at it like that.
there it is. Now, I'm saying it like that because that's not an excuse. But it's not. It's really not because I feel what people are saying. But
Yeah,
that's kind of what it really is. Like
yeah,
if you really look at NXT and you really pay attention to NXT, it really is just more of just now more of a college version of you know
WWE.
WWE. It's not. You got a lot of kids, man. That's what you
That's
think
just
about. You got a
it.
lot
Hell,
of
just
young kids. Like yeah,
graduated.
you
Kid
got
just
some.
graduated high school.
You got some of the adults that go back after they then grew up and had families and decided they want to go back. That's the Baron Corbins and the Dolph Zigglers and all of that.
It's a
Everybody
community
else, man,
college.
is all the fresh kids coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, that's what it is, man. So NXT really, this is it's really more of a course drip. Like that's kind of I don't know. Anytime I've been looking at it lately, that's kind of how I see it, man. And I'm not saying that just because of the Chase U stuff, because I know they use actual college team and stuff, but it's like but when you really think about it and look at it, it really kind of is like that though. Like J.R. Smith went back to playing on. Yeah, man. Hey, for real. Like I like that's kind of what NXT is, man. It's really kind of like the
yeah,
college. It's really college. It's really the
yeah,
NCAA. It's the NCAA of wrestling, the WWE, and that's cool because again they're taking on the challenge of just grooming their own talent. So they're just
yeah,
kind of throwing guys out there and just giving them stuff. And yeah, a lot of it is going to be copies of what other people have done, but we got to see how good they can hold it. Corbin is his J.R. Smith era. Yeah, pretty much, man. Yeah. He definitely is.
Leo is the only
Him,
one tonight,
Corbin,
man.
Ziggler, Dana Brooke, they all having that moment, man. But hey, Jr. Did the damn thing though. I ain't gonna lie, man. That boy went out there and
And on
showed
top
them
of that, hey,
boys
my boy
he could
Jr.
have been the
going to
next
school
Tiger
with
Woods on
4.0,
some real shit.
and he going to school getting 4.0 GPAs, man. Shout out to the Henny
Hey,
guy.
right. I mean, he got his money, he got his belt, he got his championship.
Yeah,
He ain't you know, he ain't sweating. He got time. He got time to study. He ain't trying to go do nothing no more. He ain't trying to go kick it.
I want to see
It's
my boy over there wrecking shop in Taiwan. My boy Dwight Howard.
all right, man. Look here, man. They're gonna be putting
Whoa,
on 150 points on them people, man.
come
That's
on,
embarrassing. Going over there bragging like you doing something great. Like, bruh, come over here and do that.
bruh. Hey,
if you
Stephon
if you
Marbury,
good enough to where you can go over there and play like that, bro, get your butt back over here.
bruh. Hey, so Stephon Marbury is a god over there in Shanghai.
Hey, man, but he a god over there for the shoes though. Man,
Yeah.
his shoes is this.
Hey,
That's what makes him the
them
guy.
$20 hollers, bruh. Hey, look, there was some nice shoes for
Man,
$20,
look,
bro.
hey, him and Shaq killing the game, bro. I'm
Oh
telling you,
God,
they're killing the game.
Starberries. I
Oh
had the
man.
white and blue,
Right. I actually had one pair of them. I had a pair of them before that while they were still good.
but
Like
they had
when I say good,
them things
when they
though,
were
bro.
still by a brain brand.
I was about to say, bro,
Before they
because
went.
after a while, bro, it was like trying to play grade school basketball out there
Nah,
on that court, bro. You ain't got no grip. You had to check your defender 10 feet away.
man, and hoped you knew which way he was going. But I do feel like though, seriously, I do feel like that's what NXT is, and maybe that's why you see so much kind of recycling. It's kind of more
Yeah,
you're just getting crash course. They're giving these people crash course wrestling learning on the spot. That's why when you watch the show and you watch some of the matches, and it's like, ah man, this is uh, crowd's very quiet. Like, it's
yeah,
not really good. We're watching a crash course, man. We're watching two amateurs go out there and try to wow the people, but they got to learn to work in the ring first, and then they got to learn to to work the crowd and do all that stuff. So
yeah.
NXT it's NXT That's that's what
And,
that's what
NXT
it is. It's
University. I
NXT
like it. I like it.
NXT University, man. Hey man, you go full time, and some people leave early, some people graduate early, some people
Yeah.
don't. It's like, hey, it is what it is. But yeah, but that's still not an excuse for what Shawn Michaels and them are down there doing. So
He said, Sean, We still hold you accountable, sir.
We still hold you accountable because that's not what Triple H was doing. Even if you want to say that, but the people that were coming in with Triple H were already established outside of it. You got a
Yeah.
great point there. Some of the people that are there now were established outside the WWE, but now they're this new version of what they are, and voila, there it is.
My boy said, voila. Well, look, with that being said, look, we wanted to come out here. We wanted to do a little something different. Tuco now, I ain't know if the vacation was talking. He told me the liquor was talking. So I said, hey, my guy, did you still want to do NXT? And he said, sure. So I said, oh, okay.
Because we're talking to the people, man. Man, I'm down with talking to the people.
you
Hey,
know,
not be down with talking to the folks.
here we are. But I will say this, man. Look, I came on here, I aired my grievances. I said what I said, and I stand on what I said
About Rebel.
about Rebel, Ruble, Rubik's Cube, Pebble, uh,
Hey.
uh, Dust. um,
Oh man.
but no, seriously. Look, man. NAC, it is promising, and I do want to say this. I agree 100% what you said. You know, it really is. You're learning. It really is like classes in session in front of a televised crowd. And I will say that exactly. Like really, it's like FCW just on network television.
Yeah.
It's that old warehouse wrestling practice. The same
Yeah.
school that John Cena, Batista, Brock, all them came up through Ohio Valley. It's just now you got a bigger stage.
Now
So
you're on network. Now you're actually on. You're not on public access channels. You're on
yeah,
actual TV where literally millions of people can watch you. Now millions of people might not tune in to actually watch the show, but you
yeah.
have the potential of one day being on the show that may have a million views. Okay, but still the point is prepping you for the main
Oh,
roster. And honestly, you kind of need that, and you kind of got to have that, man. So I get why Vince wanted to move from that direction because you have more control over the contracts, the players,
hmm
how much you're paying them. Because Adam Cole's and all these other guys, they were making good
yeah.
money in NXT. That's why they was okay with staying in NXT and not going to the main roster. Vince like, nah, we're gonna put a stop to that.
Right, right,
You
right.
ain't gonna make good money no more. So it is what it is, but it needs the kind of the structure it needs, but it needs a better teaching lesson or a better way of doing it in a more kind of an original way for the talent.
Before we get out, Fro says, is Jordan Grace gonna pop up in NXT? I forgot to talk to you. So I seen something on Twitter, and Jordan Grace said, I believe I'm paraphrasing, I'm trying to remember because I didn't remember, so Fro just said something. But I believe she said it's like this isn't goodbye forever, just goodbye for now, or something like that. On her social media. And then everybody kind of been speculating, like, oh man, like, where's she going? Where's she going? I think the obvious choice would be WWE. It could be AEW. I don't know of anything with AEW though, but I think NXT, if Triple H got his ear to the streets, which we know he does, I wouldn't be surprised if she goes that route. Yo, okay, Jordan, for a good friend of the show, we had her on 3 times already. We talked to her a lot. Dude, can you see Jordan Grace, and this is from Fro, getting a main event title run? Do you think she fits the WWE system?
Yes. Well, the new system, yes. The
Yeah,
old system, no.
yeah.
The new system, yes. She fits it very well. The thing is, she goes to NXT. She's dominating. She's
Oh
not.
yeah,
She's
yeah.
she's running through. She's gonna have an Oscar type run. Like she's
Yeah.
gonna run through everybody. There is no one. Okay, let me say it one more time for you, bro, and anybody else is listening. There's no one on that
Nobody
roster
ready for
that
Jordan.
she will. She and look, nah, man. Look, don't even. I wouldn't even waste the time. Honestly, if she goes to WWE, that's a great opportunity for her. Considering a lot of these wrestlers are making just as much good money on the independent scene, being able to travel to go to different companies,
Yeah,
I can see her just freelancing before going to WWE. Because if you're going to WWE, first of all, you're going with something that says you're going to get a true opportunity. Like you're
yeah,
like you're not going there to waste your time. You're going there. because she's already proven she's not an amateur anymore. Jordan Grace, multi-time. This girl is whole men and women's championships. Hey, man,
Mhm.
you not. I can understand you want her to understand the work rate of the WWE. I get that, so I can understand her going to NXT for that. But again, she's running through everybody.
I'm telling
And
you,
then after a short
nobody.
while, she needs to go through the main roster, and then where it'll be more competition for her up there. But I'm not saying she should go to AEW, but you got a couple of other options.
Hmm.
So it ain't just WWE. She can go to New Japan.
Yeah,
She can
it'll
go to
whoop
you
ass
know she
there
can go
too.
to she can go to Ring of Honor. If she really wanted to.
Ooh,
But I
ooh,
she may
ooh.
be above one to work in that that level of the independent. She might want to move up a little bit. So you got if WWE, if it's the money, I can see WWE. If it's the work, I can see AEW New Japan.
Mm. Okay,
I can't
okay.
say Impact because she was already there. She's
Right,
living
right,
there,
right.
so obviously you can't say them. So, but definitely WWE definitely depends on the push, where they want, where they see, what do they actually see of her.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Because you're not just telling people, oh, I see this of you, and they sign it. No, these folks nowadays they want to know what do you truly see me doing. I know what I am. Do you know what I am? Do you know how good I am? Can you make it better? Not make it worse, not make it stale, and not just
Right,
have me
right.
off in catering, chilling. I ain't losing all this weight and getting in shape the way I am. You know what I'm saying? So I can, what I'm saying, just gain it back sitting on my ass. No,
Right, right, right.
I'm a beast. I'm gonna be out here and I'm gonna beast everybody. I'm gonna beast everybody. All right, cool.
Absolutely.
Do it. Let's go. But that's if they, so I think that there's options. If she's leaving now, that could be another tweet. Maybe she's taking some time off from wrestling. Maybe she's going to do something else. So maybe she doesn't go do wrestling. Okay, cool. Bodybuilding is her big thing. So maybe she goes and does that for a while. Charlotte's leaving to
Right,
go do that for a while, so ain't no telling. So there's a couple of options there with that. So honestly, man, it's really more of a wait and see to see where she may pop up. See
well, I'll
see who she may make next her next victim.
Hey, well, I'll tell you what, man. Hey, Jordan Grace, whenever you ready, come holler at your boys at the GLW. You know we got a relationship. Come
We
holler
here
at
for you.
us.
What's up?
Yes, sir.
We
Yes,
holler.
sir. And bring the
Bring
pooches.
the dogs.
Bring the pooches. Yes, sir. I remember. Look, with that being said, guys and girls, we got to get ready for tomorrow because tomorrow is, of course, our Wednesday night block party. Yay, yay. And you know what that means, man.
Yeah.
It's Wednesday night dynamite. Chill. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, thank you once again for tuning in to another episode of GLW on this very special NXT edition. Don't know when we do this again, but we might surprise you. Who knows?
Woohoo.
What the And on that note, man, we out. Peace. Somebody turned into the Pillsbury Doughboy. What the hell?
Woohoo.